This is Life in the 1900s newspapers, where I read old newspapers to you. Today is a special. Usually I just do one newspaper and one issue, but today it will be many issues from different time periods, full of very odd stories. So grab yourself a comfortable seat and listen to some strange stories that actually made it into the newspapers. The first one was actually from my other channel, Life in the 1800s newspapers, about an 1800s Karen. If you get a moment to check out my other channel, I'd be much obliged. In trouble again. The neighborhood in the vicinity of 700 South Weber Street is again in a turmoil of excitement, and all because Anna Hart, a diminutive woman, but of sharp tongue, refuses to keep peace with her neighbors. Anna has been in trouble off and on for many months past. She seems to have a predilection to say unchristian-like things about her neighbors and their children. Last Wednesday, she poured forth her wrath on the head of Mrs. Joseph Foss and her children, and alleged all manner of things unfit for print. This morning, a warrant was sworn out for her arrest before Judge Owen at police court. Imagine that. You could get arrested for talking badly about your neighbors. Children, not fish, so can't be mailed. Washington, D.C., June 16th. Children do not come within the classification of harmless animals and therefore are not mailable. This was the answer sent to the Postmaster of Washington by the First Assistant Postmaster General Coons to the former request for a decision in the matter asked, because two applicants for permission to send their children by parcel post has been received. Here's one from 1949. Anti-noise bill would outlaw popcorn and peanut eating in Oregon theaters. A state senator took a bite at one of his pet peeves today and introduced a bill in the Oregon legislature to ban popcorn and peanut eating in movie theaters. The anti-noise measure, prepared by Senator Dean Walker, declares that the proposed act is deemed necessary in the interest of public welfare. The bill would make it unlawful to operate theaters in Oregon unless the eating of popcorn and peanuts is prohibited. It also provides that a theatergoer found eating the stuff during the course of any program therein shall be subject to immediate ejection therefrom, but he would get his price of admission back. And if another patron who paid his way into a movie house would tell the ticket office if someone was eating popcorn or peanuts, they would get 3 times their money back. Just look at these 1940s boys shoveling in the popcorn. That reminds me of this 1940 movie about good eating habits.
After supper, it's fun to play a while before bed. But there's still something wrong, isn't there, Bill? In a moment, you'll know what it is. Yes, Bill, you're getting a stomachache. You have a stomachache, it isn't any fun to play. There it is again. Poor Bill. What now? We'll soon know, because here comes Mother. Mother can tell right away that Bill isn't feeling well. So, what happens next? Yes, Bill's put to bed to get some rest. Now, why does Bill have a stomach ache? He didn't eat anything bad today, did he? Well, perhaps it wasn't what he ate, but the way he ate it. Why, even this morning, Mother was a little worried. Let's go back to this morning and see how Bill's stomach ache might have happened. Bill wasn't at breakfast on time this morning. You see, he didn't get up when Father first called him. Oh, Bill got to the table, and he ate his breakfast, or rather, part of it. Orange juice, one big gulp of it. Milk for the cereal. Splash it on. No time to waste. Gobble down the cereal, a couple of big spoonfuls, one right after the other. But leave most of it. Now for the eggs. More good, healthful food. But what about Bill's eating habits? Into his mouth went some egg. Right away, a big bite of toast. And there was some bacon, so he stuffed in part of that. And then, just one big splash of milk. And Bill was off to school. Downstairs in time for breakfast. Give yourself time to eat a good breakfast. Let's see how well you can eat. That's right. Drink your juice a little at a time. Doesn't it taste good? You just never took time before to find how good food can taste. Mother is pleased and proud. We're off to a good start this morning. But will it last? Will you remember to eat the right way? Uh-oh, almost washed your food down. Before you take a drink, chew your food well and swallow it. Now you're eating pretty well.
Oh, damn it, wants his name changed because he can't tell whether people are calling him or merely venting injured feelings when they say, "Oh, damn it." Orlando Dammit seeks to have his name changed, says an Elmsford, North Carolina dispatch. This one is a prediction that actually came true. Walkie phones may be next. Pasadena, California. The telephone of the future? Mark R. Sullivan, San Francisco, president and director of the Pacific Telephone and Telegraph Company, said in an address last night, "Just what form the future telephone will take is, of course, pure speculation. Here is my prophecy. In its final development, the telephone will be carried about by the individual, perhaps as we carry a watch today. It probably will require no dial or equivalent, and I think the users will be able to see each other as they talk. Who knows but what it may actually translate from one language to another." Are you a cheese lover? Cheese lovers are gregarious. A psychologist who did a depth study of what influence cheese has on human behavior discovered that those who like a variety of cheese are definitely the gregarious, sociable kind. Vengeful man barks like dog. Montgomery, Alabama, March 21st. Marion D. Perry today appealed a $10 fine imposed after neighbors hailed him into court on charges of sitting on his porch at night and barking like a dog. Perry told the judge that the barking of the neighbors' dogs kept him awake, and he was only retaliating. Our last article is from the New York Times, dated 1880. An aerial mystery. One day last week, a marvelous apparition was seen near Coney Island. At the height of at least 1,000 feet in the air, a strange object was in the act of flying toward the New Jersey coast. It was apparently a man with bat's wings and improved frog's legs. Of the man could be distinctly seen, and it wore a cruel and determined expression. The movements made by the object closely resembled those of a frog in the act of swimming with his hind legs and flying with his front legs. Of course, no respectable frog has ever been known to conduct himself in precisely that way. But were a frog to wear bat's wings and to attempt to swim and fly at the same time, he would correctly imitate the conduct of the Coney Island monster. When we add that this monster waved his wings in answer to the whistle of a locomotive and was of a deep black color, the alarming nature of the apparition can be imagined. The object was seen by many reputable persons, and they all agree that it was a man engaged in flying towards New Jersey.